In het kader van de ontwikkelingen rond opzetten van offshore aardolie en gasindustrie in Suriname werd er vandaag een conferentie gehouden met als thema Local Content Development for Economic Growth. Wij van Sunweb TV nemen u mee naar het betoogmoment van president Chandrika Persat Santokhi.
I cannot stand there and not making any remarks. So let me continue with my congratulations, because yesterday at the IMF office in Washington, the other review was approved on the staff level on the Surinamese economic reform. And that's good news, because that's a signal from an international institution that we are on the right path after 3.5 years of our administration, that we went through a multiple crisis with tremendous impact on the community, on the society. My people, our people sacrifice, but yes, we are out of the deep crisis and on a path of economic growth now. So this meeting, this conference is very important when we enter the third stage of our development after the recovery stage, the stability stage, and now we are engaged in a stage of economic growth. And if you read the report of the IMF, their projection is 3% economic growth for this year, starting 3.5 years with minus 16%. And now here we are. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, you can applaud yourself. Once again, welcome. It gives me a great pleasure to be here as President and to address you to the SEC Local Content Conference, the conference with the theme Local Content Development for Economic Growth, and that is crucial for all the major players in the Suriname energy industry. The market is potential, enormous in Suriname, and the potential goes beyond the oil and gas industry to include a variety of sectors. Sectors as infrastructure, transportation, information technology, food and beverages, entertainment, housing, labor, and small and medium-sized enterprises. Yes, there should be frequent structural consultation between the local content board, the multinationals, and others, because we cannot develop the local content policy isolatedly. You need to do it with the public sector, with the private sector, with the international companies, but moreover, with our people. Our view as government is, an ambassador, we make it very easy for the world. And I announced that at the International Oil and Gas Conference in Guyana last year. Maybe you don't have a law like Guyana on the definition of local content, but we do have a vision. We do have a strategy on local content. And for foreign companies, it means local content is every company registered at our Chamber of Commerce. That is local content. So if your company is registered here, you're local content. And you can benefit from all the opportunities and the incentives. And I don't know if a representative from Petronas is here, but we get a request from the international oil company, Petronas, 2 weeks ago, that they are ready to start with their exploitation on the gas. in Block 52. They're also engaged in 53. But they are looking for incentives from the government, and they presented a request on getting the exemption on the income tax. And we approved it as government this Wednesday in the Government Council. This is the type of incentives we are giving, because we can consider them also as local content. They are registered here. So, Ambassador, I'm inviting all the companies. I was last year in the United States, and I addressed a very distinguished council, diplomatic council, you know it, with the captain of industry. And after my address, in which I explained Suriname, the opportunities, the business, the local content, the oil and gas. And there were 3 companies there. Coca-Cola was there, Newmont was there, I think Apache was there, one more. And they encouraged the meeting also to invest in Suriname. But more than 90% of the captains of industry were present there. They were not aware where Suriname was. And they heard of Suriname when the oil and gas was discovered. Oh, it is here. I thought it was there. So we have to do something also on the side of the private cooperation. We have very strong cooperation between Suriname and United States on the level of government, on the level of government institutions, on the level of public sector teams. But there should be more engagement on the private sector.